There exists a golden rule. Every sequel, every prequel simply has to follow it, yet they rarely do. Until Andor. Andor truly understood, and that's why it achieved the impossible. So, what is this golden rule? Any new material must never undermine the original cherished show or film, never weaken what fans already love. It must only deepen it, enrich it, make it more. Simple, right? Yet time and again we get prequels and sequels that fundamentally alter established narratives, twist character arcs, and in doing so, sour the original work, often alienating longtime fans of the franchise. One of the most egregious violations of the rule in the Star Wars universe was the return of Emperor Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker.
And it confirms the worst. Somehow Palpatine returned.
Not only was it a jarring, unexplained development within its own trilogy, it fundamentally rewrote how we now view the original trilogy. Remember when Darth Vader rediscovered his humanity and sacrificed his life, not just to save his son by killing the Emperor, but also ultimately freeing the galaxy from the tyranny of the Empire? That moment has echoed across generations, a redefining redemption arc and a powerful close to the Skywalker saga. It has been watched, rewatched and revered for nearly half a century, and then the sequel trilogy just changed it. The emotional resonance of Anakin Skywalker's sacrifice, the prophecy of the Chosen One, is now permanently undermined, knowing Palpatine never truly died, but went into hiding, or something.
You'll die first.
I have died before.
Suddenly the rebellion's victory feels hollow, less an end to the tyranny of the Empire and more like a brief pause. This isn't just a Star Wars problem. Other franchises have stumbled at the same hurdle. The Matrix sequels also fundamentally changed the nature of Neo as the Chosen One, and the writers of Terminator Dark Fate decided to kill off the future of humanity, John Connor, within the first few minutes. In one stroke, the emotional foundation of the first two Terminator films was erased. But in this challenging landscape, Andor emerges as a beacon. Far from merely adhering to this golden rule, Andor actively elevates and enriches its source material. Yes, Andor achieved what once seemed impossible. It has made the original Star Wars trilogy better.
What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see.
Andor's first masterstroke is to fundamentally redefine the nature of the Galactic Empire. While the original trilogy often personified the Empire's evil through iconic villains like Vader and the Emperor, Andor dives deeper, beyond the surface level fascism and visual language of totalitarianism. Moving beyond the mystical elements of the Force and the Jedi, the show focuses on the gritty, grounded realities of a galaxy suffocating under the ever-tightening grip of oppression. The show transforms the Empire from an abstract evil force into a chillingly competent, systemic fascist regime, a sprawling, pervasive structure of control that infiltrates the daily lives of ordinary people. Its portrayal of ruthless Imperial officers like Supervisor Dead Ramiro further cements the Empire as a truly formidable and horrifying adversary, not just ideologically, but logistically and psychologically. Crucially, Andor draws direct parallels between Imperial rule and real-world systems of oppression, unchecked capitalism, colonialism, and a brutal prison industrial complex. It exposes ecological devastation and escalating authoritarian violence, culminating in full-blown genocide, all driven by ruthless resource acquisition vital to the construction of the Death Star. This grounded portrayal makes the Empire feel more tangible, insidious, and terrifying, dramatically raising the stakes when revisiting the original films. The rebellion is no longer fighting some bad guys or a distant military power. They're resisting an entire oppressive system, a way of life engineered to control every citizen across the galaxy. Consequently, the victories in A New Hope and Return of the Jedi aren't just triumphs over a Dark Lord. They represent the desperate, hard-fought collapse of a deeply rooted, violently defended fascist regime. And that in turn gives the original trilogy's happy ending a richer, more earned and profoundly significant meaning, because now we truly understand the profound depths of the evil that was overcome. We've always known the Death Star was a weapon of unimaginable terror, but until Andor, we weren't fully aware of the true depths of depravity involved in its construction. The series reveals the Empire's use of horrific forced labor and the genocide on Gorman to secure vital calcite, echoing the exploitation of Kyber on Jeddah. This transforms the superweapon into an even more profound symbol of Imperial cruelty. Beyond exposing the Empire's systemic evil, Andor also shines new light on the Achilles heel of its ultimate weapon. Rogue One revealed the Death Star's critical weakness was a deliberate flaw placed by Galen Erso. Now Andor reveals how the rebels learned of this flaw, tracing security leaks back to Luthen Rael's mole within the ISB. The series' detailed depiction of internal delays and struggles add a realism to the Empire's vulnerability that wasn't present before, making the eventual destruction of the Death Star feel earned on a deeper, more strategic level. From the suffocating grip of the Empire, Andor shifts its focus to the nascent sparks of defiance, revealing the profound political and human costs involved in the formation of the Rebel Alliance. It uncovers the Alliance's true fragmented origins, a desperate coalition of ordinary people and unaffiliated factions. We witness how a revolutionary movement painstakingly grows, evolving from grassroots dissatisfaction to riots to full-blown insurrection, and finally into an organized rebel force. The early rebellion was fragile, hesitant, and scared to act. Peeling back these layers exposes the dirty, dangerous, and unglamorous work that built this fragile coalition, making its eventual success feel deeply earned and profoundly meaningful. While the original trilogy rightly celebrates the achievements of Luke, Leia, and Han, Andor reveals that the rebellion was built upon the courage, ingenuity, and sacrifice of countless ordinary people, many of whom would never live to see victory, yet still chose to pay the ultimate price. Thus, when triumph is finally achieved, it's not just the heroic deeds of our main protagonists, it's the payoff for unseen struggles, sacrifices, and moral compromises made by thousands who dreamed of a better world, those who held on to hope. Just like this rebellion was built by many voices, this channel is too. Add yours by subscribing and commenting below. Andor reveals the true evolution and significance of the Rebel Alliance's base on Yavin IV. What initially appears in A New Hope as an established military outpost is now shown to be a hard-earned sanctuary, a vital hub for a burgeoning rebellion. Its transformation into a permanent base of operations provides much-needed stability and structure for highly fragmented and unaffiliated factions. Yavin IV becomes a testament to the collective effort and desperate struggles of countless individuals. Importantly, Andor reveals the immense sacrifice involved in establishing the base as the rebellion's first true central command, marking a shift from scattered cells to a unified movement. Andor doesn't just show more of Yavin IV, it makes it matter. It turns what was once just a hidden jungle base into a powerful symbol of coordination, sacrifice, and the fragile beginnings of hope. What A New Hope implied, Andor explains. What A New Hope showed, Andor gives meaning to. Andor masterfully expands the lives and struggles of characters we had only briefly glimpsed before, adding new layers of meaning and emotional weight to their original appearances. Mon Mothma's presence in the original trilogy was limited. We knew her primarily as a highly capable leader of the Rebel Alliance. Andor changes that, revealing the immense personal sacrifices she made long before joining the Alliance at Yavin IV. We see her walking a delicate political tightrope within the Imperial Senate, desperately struggling to turn the wheels of democracy and resist Palpatine's tightening grip. We now realize it was Mon who secretly funneled critical funds to the nascent rebellion, risking everything in the process. She is the one to call out the genocide on Gorman and denounces Palpatine as a dictator, a bold stance that seals her fate. We witness the emotional and personal toll this takes, forcing her into heartbreaking decisions. Among the darkest of these is the agonizing choice to marry off her own daughter to secure vital funding for the rebellion, a dark moral compromise that lays bare the desperation and ruthlessness required. Ultimately, Mon is left with no choice but to flee both the institutions she dedicated her life to and her own family, dedicating herself fully to the cause. This profound backstory makes her speeches to rebel cells in Return of the Jedi resonate with far greater power. What was once a symbol of defiance now feels like a deeply earned declaration from a woman who gave up everything for hope. The Imperial Senate, seen as a powerless figurehead institution under Palpatine, undergoes a dramatic recontextualization in Andor. We witness the slow, agonizing dismantling of the Senate from within, as the Empire systematically rewrites the constitutional foundations of the Republic it once replaced. This political erosion is not abstract. Andor makes it deeply personal and painfully bureaucratic, revealing how democracy is hollowed out through procedure, manipulation, and fear. Suddenly, the moment when Grand Moff Tarkin casually declares in A New Hope, "The Imperial Senate will no longer be of any concern to us."
I have just received word that the Emperor has dissolved the Council permanently.
This no longer feels like background exposition. It becomes the final brutal nail in the coffin of galactic democracy, the culmination of years of insidious political maneuvering, and it confirms with chilling finality that the Empire's grip is now total, unaccountable, unchallenged, and absolute. Grand Moff Tarkin was already a chilling figure in A New Hope, cold, calculating, and ruthlessly efficient. But many viewers were struck by his dismissive tone towards Darth Vader.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
As you wish.
How could anyone speak to the galaxy's most fearsome enforcer with such apparent impunity? Andor provides that answer. By expanding on Tarkin's role, and by extension the terrifying efficiency of the Empire, the series elevates his significance and authority. We come to understand the Empire's intricate compartmentalized structure. Individuals like Tarkin, with direct command over Imperial fleets and a central role in the Death Star project, wield enormous, almost untouchable power within their domains, even over someone as formidable as Vader. It's a hierarchy of absolute control, where even the seemingly all-powerful serve a larger, more terrifying system. Andor also sets the stage for Tarkin's legacy, with direct reference to the Tarkin massacre on Gorman, an atrocity in which he ordered his ship to land on peaceful protesters, killing hundreds. The event is memorialized in a town square, a chilling reminder of the Empire's willingness to commit mass murder to secure dominance and extract resources. This deepens our understanding of Tarkin's depravity. He is not just a cold strategist, he is a man who sees annihilation as a tool of governance.
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusty.
So, when we return to A New Hope and watch him calmly order the destruction of Alderaan, a peaceful planet obliterated in an instant, we now see more than just a villain. We see an utterly remorseless architect of terror, a symbol of the Empire's total, unchallengeable control, forged through Andor's meticulous depiction of institutionalized cruelty. Ultimately, Andor stands as a powerful blueprint for how prequels can truly enrich an existing narrative. By immersing us in the gritty human realities of the Galactic Empire and the fledgling Rebel Alliance, it transforms abstract themes into deeply felt experiences. The Empire is no longer just a faceless evil, it's revealed as a chilling systemic oppressor, and the rebellion, stripped of Jedi mysticism and prophetic destiny, becomes a fragile, desperate, and yet deeply inspiring coalition built on personal sacrifice and unwavering resolve. This recontextualization makes the triumphs of the original trilogy feel profoundly more monumental and hard-won. The hope of A New Hope now carries a heavier, more poignant meaning. It's no longer just optimism, but defiance born from suffering. Andor doesn't achieve this by rewriting history or chasing spectacle. It enhances the story through careful character work, political nuance, and moral complexity, filling in the margins with texture and truth. It deepens the emotional weight of A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, not by changing what they are, but showing what it cost to get there. In doing so, Andor achieves the impossible. It doesn't just respect the legacy of Star Wars, it makes the original saga better. But Andor didn't emerge from nowhere. Rogue One was almost a very different film. Find out how it was changed by watching my earlier deep dive.